and supporting Madam Speaker, as you are aware. So in that region, Kalenjin men and Mwaso Nandi are highly sought after.
Order, Senator Cherargei. I am not aware of anything.
No, Madam Speaker, I'm making you aware, Madam Speaker, because Senator Kalwale inferred in his remarks, Madam Speaker, so he should be excited that we are good neighbors and we are very generous, and we'll continue to support the girl child from Kakamega and other counties in that region. Madam Speaker, let me make a few comments. You know, under Article 219 of the Constitution, Madam Speaker, any money that is appropriated by Parliament should be dispersed without undue delay. I have never understood the wisdom, either of it or lack of it, why we do cash disbursements. Because the moment we have done, and the Constitution under Article 219 is very clear, that it should be dispersed without undue delay. So I don't know whether we are following the Constitution, we are violating the Constitution, we are defiling the Constitution, we are rewriting the Constitution, Madam Speaker. We must be very careful, because Article 219 is sacrosanct. It is the people, and it has been passed as is, Madam Speaker. So I don't know why we are passing the cash disbursement schedule. And then it looks like it is a suggestion or a love letter to the Ministry of Treasury where they have not disbursed this money. Madam Speaker, to whoever much is given, much is expected. Sometimes you want to oversight governors, but sometimes they don't have the resources that has been dispersed or on in time, Madam Speaker. And therefore, this issue of cash disbursement schedule, Madam Speaker, is very unfortunate. You have seen the rise. We are approaching almost 200 billion Kenya shillings in terms of pending bills. Of course, Nairobi is leading, Madam Speaker. And we have had a discussion with Controller of Budget and the Office of the Auditor General. No one has understood the genesis and the origin of the pending bill. Because I thought the law is very clear that you cannot procure without a budget. Then how does it come that pending bills are rising, yet the budget blinds have been developed by the county assemblies across the county, Madam Speaker? So we have made a resolution by Narok Senator on the payment of pending bills. But as we talk today, on average, all counties are having a pending bill of $1 billion plus. And one funny thing about these pending bills is a dangerous mongrel. Let me use the word correctly. Is a dangerous mongrel, Madam Speaker, because you are being told there are verified pending bills, unverified pending bills, legible pending bills, ineligible pending bills. Then, Madam Speaker, one funny thing is that the verified pending bills are being paid. The county governments are still telling the suppliers, can you still bring, we verify again? So, Madam Speaker, it is a quagmire. It's a confusion. It's a creation of a mess. And the solution to most of these pending bills, Madam Speaker, is a system called e-procurement. We must agree. You saw the Kiricho the other day, they were buying a soda of 500 ml with 1,000 shillings. A soda you buy with 50 shillings, 100 shillings, Madam Speaker. Water like this that we drink on the floor of the house is 50 shillings. But when you go to government offices, they are buying it with almost 1,000 shillings. It is because of that gridlock. And I agree. County governments, national and county governments are mutual and distinct, and they are semi-autonomous. But what we must agree is to make sure the e-procurement that are rolled out by Council of Governors should be something that they own it. We are not saying the national government should patronize, should overload on the system that they create. But e-procurement will allow transparency, will allow accountability, and will ensure, and that is why you saw members of the National Assembly opposing e-procurement, is because they know what they do with the CDF. Madam Speaker, you were in the floor yesterday when we were crying loud about food for prayers in some schools in Kilifi. Yet there are CDF that is being provided daily. That money should be used for school feeding program. We have pushed, and I remember Senator Otsotsi committee where we were asking, or was it education committee, where we were asking about school feeding programs of ECD centers. Because it has shown the more we do school feeding programs, the more the attendance of school, the more the children perform better in class because they are getting access to food. And the argument yesterday, Madam Speaker, was that the budget of education is approaching a tune of 800 billion. But where is the capitation? Why do we still have ghost schools, ghost students, Madam Speaker? And therefore, on this issue of accountability, we must be sure. And Madam Speaker, a few weeks ago, I think a week or so, the EACC appeared before us. And one of our concerns is that we are dispersing a lot of money, but we are not seeing, I'm aware there is, the EACC are auctioning property close to 600 million belonging to former Migori governor. We must be creative on how we can recover the issue of corruption proceeds that are being perpetuated by senior county officials and county government officers, Madam Speaker. That is a significant step. But we are not telling EACC when they end up plea bargaining agreement, it should not be that they take away the proceeds of crime, including property and acquisition, freezing of property, but leave again the perpetrator. They must be punished in equal measure. We need to punish corruption in this country, Madam Speaker, that when you are mentioned, there are rumors that you are allegations of corruption, you commit suicide like what is happening in Japan. Or if it becomes to the wire, we shoot you in town, in Jivanjika, that's Madam Speaker. So the issue of corruption continues to be devil counties. We have said as a committee, and we have requested the EACC and DPP to be on the lookout so that we can ensure there is accountability. I remember, Madam Speaker, as I close that point, in terms of transparency, for example, and then EACC needs to be efficient. There were allegations of payroll manipulation in Nandi County last year, Madam Speaker. The EACC came with rat matters. They took away the computers. They have not even arrested a rat up to today, or even call somebody to write statement on payroll manipulation. And remember, Madam Speaker, Nandi is spending almost 4 billion in terms of wage bill in every financial year. In this 415 billion that all counties have been allocated, Nandi is getting 7.7 billion in equitable shareable revenue. We have not even talked about conditional and additional grant. We have not talked about on-source revenue, Madam Speaker. So the point I'm trying to make is that EACC must be efficient. In fact, we had proposed in law, when yours truly was the JLAC chair, that corruption cases must be dealt and heard and determined within 24 months, so that people do not sit pretty in office and interfere with investigations. So, for example, in Nandi, we are disappointed that after the payroll manipulation, where cronyism, favoritism, Madam Speaker, and others were being perpetuated through payroll manipulation, no one has been arrested. Even in the labor-based scandal of ECD cement, no one was arrested, Madam Speaker. And you want Kenyans to still believe that evolution is working? Kenyans must be told and understand. Because I know, Senators, the biggest question you face whenever you are in Vihiga, and I was fair a few weeks ago, people will ask you there is corruption in counties. So what is Senate doing about it? But they don't know the Constitution says only Parliament or the Senate national can recommend. Madam Speaker, there are many reports we have brought here as Public Accounts Committee. We have made recommendations. We have directed investigations. But the people who are tasked to do the job, EACC and DPP and DCI, must do their job. And if Kenyans think in future, if we have to amend the Constitution, the way my brother from Narok has said, then we amend and give power to Parliament to investigate and prosecute and jail. Because whenever we go to Wananchi and tell them this money has come, they tell us, where is the money? Money has been stolen. When you come to EACC, they tell you we are doing analysis to the file. File has been taken to DPP. DPP, the file is not prima facie. The file is a skeleton. Somebody has been discharged, Madam Speaker, without due regard. And I'm happy the appeal by EACC in some of corruption cases, the high courts have said those corruption cases must be ensured that it's pre-prosecuted, Madam Speaker. So this issue of corruption will continue to be the biggest threat in the success of devolution in this country. And even this issue of pending bills, Madam Speaker, that will be my third point, is very unfortunate. I have said, Madam Speaker, and whenever OAG and county governments bring a schedule, can you believe, Senator of Narok, that some of the pending bills for 15 years is 20,000 shillings, is 50,000 shillings. Madam Speaker, I can tell you most of the small businesses are being killed by counties. Because you hear somebody, pending bill, I have a pending bill in Kakamega, in Busia. And I want to thank Senator Okoiti Okia Omtata Andrew, the former seminarian, because he was telling me that he almost became a priest. I think along the way he saw a beautiful girl and he abandoned the high calling. And I want to laud him, Madam Speaker, for ensuring that we have got a serious decision on our role to the oversight, Madam Speaker.
Senator Mtata, do you have a point of order? Or do you want to be informed?
No, he's a presidential candidate. He can inform me.
I would like to inform the Venerable Senator and the Bull of Nandi. I did not leave the seminary because I saw a beautiful girl. Yes. I'll just tell you that I didn't leave the seminary because of any issue of morality or faith. My faith was not compromised. My morality was not compromised. Yes. But I left. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, maybe what he saw in seminary could have compromised his decision in faith and morality. And that is why I was saying we must ensure that the decision that Senator Okiya Mtata, and he is enriching the legal jurisprudence in terms of devolution role in this country. And I want to thank him on behalf of all of us. You know, Madam Speaker, oversight has become under threat. You remember there has been a conversation that even Senate should not be doing oversight. And the deputy party leader of ODM is looking at me and smiling, Madam Speaker. Very sad and tragic that it's MCS. Can you believe the MCS to do oversight? Look at the MCS of Nairobi. They were called. And they were told to abandon the agenda of impeaching the governor, and they abandoned. So can you imagine MCS oversighting anybody? While I respect and I have a tremendous respect for MCS across the country, and I believe that they should be given better capacity and ability, they don't have that mojo to all governors to accountable. And I hope the deputy party leader of ODM, Senator Utsosi, will correct that perception in future, because we know ODM has pro-devolution in all aspects. Madam Speaker, the issue of capital projects, that will be my third point, is we have noticed. We have noticed, and that is why I was saying on the pending bills. It is tied up between projects and the pending bills, Madam Speaker. Because on this issue of pending bills, and I want to say, I don't know, maybe other counties are different. Madam Speaker, most of our businessmen and women, young people and PWDs, even in Kisumu, where you come from, Madam Speaker, you get people getting diabetes and pressure. When you look at them, they are being owed 100,000 for the last 5 years by county governments. Madam Speaker, we must make a decisive action. What do we do to cure this problem? We saw even in Homa Bay County, where contractors were protesting. They wanted even to come to Public Accounts Committee to protest when their governor was appearing because of non-payment of pending bills. Even in Nandi, we have similar problems, Madam Speaker. It will reach a point that you will include 1,000 ways to die by doing business with counties. There is a program called a documentary, and I know the gentleman from Narok who has stayed in the United States from America knows that documentary, that there is what you call 1,000 ways to die, or is it 10,000 ways to die, is to do business with counties. In fact, my friends now, whenever they tell me they are doing business with counties, I told them to write their business obituaries, because that will be the end of their businesses. In fact, that we encourage people to do private business. So this perception must be corrected. Or finally, on the capital projects, there are many littered projects across the counties, Madam Speaker. We talked about vehicles a few hours ago. There are projects, for example, in Nandi, and I saw my governor saying that there is a project complete in Kapsengere. Kapsengere is near Nyangori, where PH headquarters. There is no Kapsengere dispensary hospital as told. My neighbor knows that. You come to Kobuja, East don't throw away. Next to East, that Kobuja hospital as told. In fact, Kobuja is center where he comes from, and I want to appeal to him that we have passed the money. At least he can build a public toilet in Kobuja center where he comes from. Even if you go to Cherargei, near Mudete, the Cherargei level 4 Nyayo hospital as told. You come to Mosoriat, you go to Tindred Maraba hospital, Madam Speaker, they have stole. Even the mortuary. People are now, God forbid, when people pass in Nandi, they have to go to private mortuaries, because there was a misappropriation of 100 million plus that was made. So people depend on Nandi sub-county for 34 bodies only, which accommodate the people. This is undermining Article 37 on dignity of Kenyans, and more so the people of Nandi, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, that is why I want to say in conclusion, and I want to correct the perception. Madam Speaker, if you are in politics and you don't use resources, you better not be in politics. I've had a Nairobi senator saying that when the president meets people and facilitate, I want to dare any politician who is here, that whenever you host delegations, you don't give them food, chai and mandazi, and give them transport. This issue of people being too mean should stop. I remember when we went to Senator Otsosi's home, food was flowing freely. And he was sorting people. He was praying. He was praying his supporters, Madam Speaker. And then somebody, if you are in politics, resources and politics go together. And I want to tell these people who are saying it is wrong to use resources in politics, let them wait for the ballot in 2027. If they are not using resources to ensure that, and I'm happy in TIFA results, Madam Speaker. You have seen our party, UDA, is the most popular party in this country. And that is why we elected Wakwabi, Senator Wakwabi from Bungoma.
Point of order, Wakwabubi.
Wakwabi.
It's Wakwabubi.
Wakwakubi, as one of our...
Say it correctly, it is Wakwabubi.
Senator Consolata, so that you will teach me privately.
What's your point of order, Senator Ledama?
Madam Speaker, this is a house of record, and it's important for all of us to be factual. I'm a member of ODM, and my good friend is a member of UDA. I've seen the TIFA report. Yes. But unless my good friend is willing to table it here, he should withdraw what he just said. Because the popularities of counties, what is fact of political parties? My political party of ODM, your political party of UDA, the popularity is not what it was in 2024 and versus today. That's a fact. So I want to ask you to either withdraw that statement or table the report here so that we can actually be factual. Because, this is a house of record.
Senator
Madam Speaker, in conclusion...
Can you respond to that, please? Please. Yeah, just withdraw if you are not able to.
No, I'm not withdrawing, Madam Speaker. I will table the TIFA report tomorrow to show that UDA is the most popular party. And in fact, President William Ruto will be re-elected in 2027. Those are facts that are in that TIFA report. I'm willing to table tomorrow in the afternoon as per your guidance, Madam Speaker. So in conclusion, let us appeal that this money go to the people so that they can get value. This is their tax, and I think that is what is important in this report, and commend the Finance and Budget Committee that I want to assure Nandi, Madam Speaker, will get 7.7 billion in this financial year of 2025-2026. And in future, Madam Speaker, when some of us will better things in that county, God willing, when I'm called, we will ensure Nandi is transformed into one of the world-class counties that we have ever seen in the history of this republic. With those many remarks, Madam Speaker, allow me to support and congratulate the committee on this report, and I hope the compliance will come automatically as per the Constitution. I support.
Senator Osoti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity to also comment on this very important motion, a motion to basically process the cash disbursement schedule for equitable share